Hello, welcome to day 3 of Kwanzaa. Habaragani family. I am Janelle Pulley, and it is a profound joy to be in this virtual space with you as we continue our journey through Nugoza Saba, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. If you are just joining us, Karibu, you are welcome. For a moment, let your eyes rest on our Kanara. See the 3 candles burning, the black candle of our people, and the 2 red candles representing the struggle and efforts of days 1 and 2, Umoja, our unity, and Kuja Kajalia, our self determination. Tonight, we prepare to light a new candle, a green one, representing the earth, our future, and the promise that grows with our collective labor. Our principle for this third day is a powerful one. It's the engine of community. Today is Ujima. Ujima means collective work and responsibility. Thank you for joining us to continue this meaningful journey of reflection, connection, and shared purpose. Kwanzaa is a week-long celebration of African heritage and communal values founded by Dr. Malana Karenga in 1966, just 59 years ago, rooted in the principles drawn from African traditions of community and cooperation. On day 1, December 26th, we honored Umoja, unity, lighting the central black candle on the Kanara and exploring how unity strengthens family, community, and nation. Today, we celebrate Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujima means that we recognize our shared obligation to work together and uplift each other. It calls on us to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. This principle extends beyond Kwanzaa into everyday life, where it is reflected when we support local businesses, mentor someone in need, check on a neighbor, or volunteer. These actions strengthen our communities and deepen our sense of belonging. In African traditions that inform Kwanzaa, collective work and responsibility are integral to cultural well-being, success, resilience, and cultural continuity are achieved through cooperation and not isolation. Before we light our candle, let's remember the foundation that we've built. And for those who may have missed our first days, here is the harvest of our reflections so far. On day 1, Umoja, unity, we affirmed that our first and greatest task is to build and maintain unity in our families, our circles, and our communities. We discussed that financial harmony starts with an open communication and a family financial umoja meeting. Unity is the mat, the makeka, on which everything else is built. On day 2, Kuji Kaja Lia, self-determination, we declared our right and power to define our own financial story, to name our own worth, and to set our own goals. We wrote our financial declarations. From that unified foundation, we began to carve our unique self-determined paths. And now on day 3, these 2 principles converge into action. Ujima asks us, now that we are united and self-defined, what will we build together? It is the belief that my brother's problem is my problem to solve. My sister's dream is my dream to help nurture. Ujima says, I see you, I am with you, and your burden is also mine to carry. It is the understanding that we grow stronger not by standing alone, but by lifting together. As the National Museum of African American History and Culture reminds us, Ujima is about building and maintaining our community together and making our brothers and sisters' problems our problems in solving them together. And for the young people, our children, the precious builders of the future, Ujima isn't just for grown-ups. You practice Ujima every day. Did you help clean up your toys without being asked? That's Ujima. You are responsible for your shared space. Did you help a classmate with their homework? That's Ujima. You shared your knowledge. Did you share your snack or stand up for someone who was being left out? That's Ujima in action. You saw a problem and helped solve it. Children are vital participants in Kwanzaa. They are the heirs of culture and community values. And the holiday is designed to engage them actively rather than passively. Making Kwanzaa meaningful for children ensures the continuity of cultural knowledge and communal identity. Children learn by doing, speaking, and participating in family discussions and rituals. Today, children can Today, children can explain what Ujima means in their own words, sharing examples of teamwork they've seen or participated in, help with lighting the Kanara, offering the reason why Ujima matters, participate in community oriented activities like planning a family service project, writing cards for neighbors, or just helping prepare a shared meal. Create art or stories that reflect how they support friends, family, or community, and bring in tangible expressions to collective responsibility. When children actively participate, they absorb values that guide them towards empathy, cooperation, and leadership. As I reflect on my life as a child, my parents helped us put together baskets, fruit baskets around the holidays for elderly people in the community. My mom would get us in the car, my sister and I, we and drive around the community and stop in front of people's doors, and she'd give us the name of the person. We'd knock on the door, ring the doorbell. We'd introduce ourselves and tell them who we were, who our parents were, and say, "This is a gift we have for you." They would in turn take the basket and say, "Thank you, and thank your mom and daddy for me." And so we would turn around and walk back to the warm car. And that was community. That was our family supporting. And as I received a message the other day from a friend of mine down in South Georgia, and he's a sheriff in McIntosh County. He and his wife have been serving the community, giving, making sure children in the community had gifts for the holidays for Christmas for 14 years. And that's community, that's service, that's Ujima in action. I reflect upon my life, and I remember not too long ago, in the past, I know the past 5 years, I went back to visit my mom for Mother's Day. And this was unusual that I would go home for Mother's Day. However, I did this year. And my mother and father, we set forth after our lunch and went to the nursing home in the community that I grew up in. My mom, prior us to going to dinner, we put baskets together again. And these baskets were set up for socks and lotions and shampoos and whatever like small snack the people could eat. And we went to the nursing home in our community and gave the baskets to each of the elderly people that my mom had on a list that she knew were there, mothers that she knew may or may not have family members to come and be with them and sit with them. I'll never forget. I sat in the room with a woman and an elderly woman, and she couldn't speak, but I could see the life in her eyes. I could see that she was happy, and that really warms my heart to reflect on that. I am Ujima in action. I support my friends, family, community by bringing tangible expressions to collective responsibility. And it's amazing. And recently I've been able to share videos of my child and her awesomeness and wow, and just really brings a smile to other people's faces. And it's just really amazing to share that. So I invite each of you to share a brief reflection or story about a time you may have witnessed collective work and responsibility in action, whether through family teamwork, community service, or helping a friend. This reinforces the lived meaning of Ujima. Please share your thoughts in the comments. And when I think about family teamwork, my grandmother, oh gosh, every year she would teach us how to bake, and we would learn by doing. And as I mentioned before, children learn by doing, speaking, and participating. My grandmother would crack the egg, and she would give my sister and I in turn an egg, and we would crack it the same way she did. We saw her and we mocked her moves, her actions, everything. She taught us how to measure in a measuring cup the flour. She taught us how to use the sifter. We were like so excited. We were just helping, and at the end I can taste it right now, that buttery pound cake on the tip of my tongue. So amazing. And just the anticipation of working together and being together. And I still to this day make the best sweet potato pies because of my grandmother's recipe. And she showed us how to do it, and we did it. And we all learned through either using a cookbook or by watching her, and then learning how to taste. Oh my gosh, that was the best part of baking. Learning how to taste with the flavors to know if you got it right, if it needed a little bit more of this, and if it needed a little bit more of that. We got to say so. And so as I reflect, that's the story that just warms my heart, brings a smile to my face, that I would like to share with the Ujima in action, even as a young child. And so I would invite you to affirm today that I commit to collective work that strengthens my family and community. I commit to collective work that strengthens my family and community. I take responsibility for lifting others as I rise. I take responsibility for lifting others as I rise. Together, we can create a community of shared purpose and support. Together, we create a community of shared purpose and support. I just want to share this with you. It just means so much, Ujima, and what we can actually build together. First we honor those who came before us, whose collective work and allows us to be here today. We pour libations symbolically for our ancestors whose shoulders we stand on. We've already lit the black candle and the first red candle, and tonight we light the first green candle. This green candle sits to the right of the black candle. It represents the future, the fertile ground, the promise that is harvested when we work as one. As we light this candle of Ujima, we make a promise and we affirm. We are committed to the practice of collective work and responsibility. We are our siblings' keeper. Our community's health is our personal responsibility. We are committed to the practice of collective work and responsibility. We are our siblings' keeper. Our community's health is our personal responsibility. Let this light be a beacon, not just of promise, but our active commitment to build. And so, what does Ujima look like in our everyday lives? It's practical, it's powerful. It's supporting the local Black-owned bookstore so it stays open for our children. It's mentoring a young person at your job. It's checking on an elder neighbor and shoveling their sidewalk or cleaning up their leaves. It's being a reliable friend people can call at 2 a.m. I am on that list. I will let you know. I am on that 2 a.m. list. It's choosing collaboration over competition. In our financial lives, Ujima is transformative. It moves us from I to we in our wealth building. Ujima rejects the idea that you have to figure out money alone. Your struggle is my struggle. So here's your first action step. Identify one person to be your financial accountability partner this year coming. Someone you trust. Text them after this video and say, I'm practicing Ujima. Can we check in on our financial goals together this quarter? This simple act builds a wall of support against doubt and distraction. Secondly, I would look to set up a saving circle. This is Ujima economics in its purest form. A small trusted group, maybe 5 or 10 friends or family members, pool a set amount of money each month. And each month, the total sum may go to one member, but it's powerful to save for a collective goal or to give someone a lump sum to pay off a debt, invest, or start a business. It's trust. It's mutual aid. It's building capital together. You may want to partner with someone in business. Think of your family or your classroom like a garden. Ujima means everyone has a watering can. Maybe your job is to pull the weeds of the messiness. Your sister's job is to plant the seeds of kindness. Your friend's job is to make sure everyone gets sunshine by including them. The garden only grows beautiful and strong if everyone does their part. So tonight with your family, talk about one small way you can practice Ujima tomorrow. Can you set the table? Can you make a card for a relative? Remember, little hands doing little things with great love build a mighty community. So family, here's our call to action for Ujima. Text your chosen accountability partner right now. Don't wait. Brainstorm with one other person about starting a small savings circle. Talk about the trust and the shared goal. Perform one act of collective responsibility this week. Support a community business. Volunteer an hour or simply be fully present for someone in need. Now let's seal this commitment with affirmations and repeat after me, aloud or in your heart. My community's well-being is my responsibility. My community's well-being is my responsibility. I am a builder, not just a bystander. I am a builder, not just a bystander. Together, we are financially unshakable. My strength is used to lift others. Together, we are financially unshakable. My strength is used to lift others. I am a vital part of a mighty whole. I am a vital part of a mighty whole. From unity through self-determination and now into collective work, this is how we build. As you add the green candle of promise, promise to lift as you climb. This week and beyond, look for one tangible way to practice Ujima. Volunteer at a local initiative, support a neighbor, mentor a young person, or participate in community improvement efforts. We thank you so much for being part of this celebration of Ujima, collective work and responsibility. And may the light from the Kanara guide us towards progress and deeper connection. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tomorrow, we move to day 4, Ujima, Cooperative Economics. We will talk about building our own stores, shops, and financial systems. How do we move from being consumers to being owners? And thank you so much for your time and your spirit and your commitment to Ujima. Let's go be builders. Harambee, let's all pull together. And this week and beyond, don't forget to look for one tangible way to practice Ujima. May the light from the Kanara guide us towards shared progress and deeper connection. Thank you so much for being part of this celebration, Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Harambee!